I was exercising sin, sim, sin, same thing, I guess. Simulation, sim, a sinner sim. This is what it is though. Is they're in a sim, and sin is an inner thing, internal, or it's trying to be internal. You see, do not give the devil any place in your heart, your body, your mind, or your soul. I was feeling this wind, this heavy wind, and I realized that how can that be a good thing? So to exercise sin from your soul, what is it that has to occur? Bloody sweat, struggle, exercise evil, say sin from your being, which is in fact trying to infest your soul, pollute you. So what I would be thinking is the talking to myself that I feel like gaseous winds are hell from hell that are like affecting some gaseous things. Like mm, I was wanting to talk about how we're being run by a by a sim in sin in there are these hostile beings that understand the nature of this present time we live in, and they know how to manipulate us to doing and serving their aims, their agenda. But they think they know what they're doing. They think they know what they are. It is what it is, though. I mean, if godlike entity existences were true, that then you're around them, and they'd be manipulating you in all kinds of different sorts of things. And that's why you got to protect yourself with prayer, repentance, with abstinence. Um, I'm gonna exit off here. It's unspeakable horrors, man-made horrors beyond my comprehension. But I was trying to get rid of this demon that had infected my soul, and I was holding my breath, and it was like this arid, like heavy. There's just this heavy demon. It's like this heaviness in my throat. It was building up in my throat, and I was like choking it. I was choking it out. It was like felt like I was, it was like bad. Whatever it is, it was really, really bad, really bad. Whatever it is, it's really bad. And something very, very sinister that is among me. That is not. I'm not insane. It's something that's trying to keep you control, like a mega control thing. It's trying to. It could like something that's just there's something that's diabolical, purely sheer, untruthful, and going down into the Hades. Something from Hades, from hell. That you can feel. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about negative stuff like that, though, because this stuff you have to go through suffering to go to in order to change yourself, and change your heart. But this is really bad. But I know what this thing's. They're doing your fat cells, and they're doing your fatty, your fat cells. You can get rid of this darkness inside you. I'll tell you the clue to doing it. You have to. This present darkness is enshrouding this earth. Is our enshrouding our minds. Say something out of like a scary movie or something like say something out of like a bad movie or something. And you gotta make a choice. That you're gonna be consumed by this thing, or you're gonna sacrifice your soul for God, for the greater good, or you're gonna let this thing control you. You're gonna let evil and hell take over. What you're going to do, you're going to make a change in your world to change the world. To you know, since where this whole like yeah, but you can't change your reality. We can't. There's darkness that's that is trying to change our reality and our perceptions. It's like tainting every fabric of our being, and it has to go away. It has to be vanquished. This is the light is shining in the darkness. The darkness is trying to take over the light and doesn't like the light. So the darkness is enshrouding us the light and trying to put it out. They're trying to extinguish the lamp, the light. Think about a galaxy in the universe. A galaxy in the universe is very bright as the center. There's a galactic core as a center, and that center, and there's space around it. It's just pure darkness. Think about it. If that darkness was sentient, what would you think if that darkness was actually living? And there's beings in the darkness, which this is an allegory for how this is the principle of the light and the darkness, and if there's the darkness trying to overcome the light and invade the light, invade this earth. It hates the earth, and it hates the earth and humans on the earth, and it hates the light, and it hates the earth. And actually, what it wants to do is destroy the earth, destroy us. They want to destroy us, and they're in another world, and they're in some kind of power monger, power horse kind of existence. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't have any emotion or whatever, anything truthful about it, and it's just pure hunger and pure hunger. They're just pure hunger. So that's why you gotta try to not to get into this lust and food addiction, these habits. You stay away from people that have these entities in them, which are just lower thinking. They will poison your brain. Yeah, you have to realize that it's not really, you can't really talk about it. It's hard to codes. I think that's we realize how these things influence us to be violent and hateful, and you know that that's a presence of something inside of your. I think they live in our tissues. I think what it is that they're these snake-like existences from hell worlds that are like in the clouds or something, and they come down to the earth to visit us and to live inside of us, and then they try to corrupt our soul. This is just like a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to think about. Then there's like this and then the way to kill these things is you have to suffer, and you have to literally like go to the cross. You have to figure out how to use pain and suffering, and you use your body. You can actually crush these things with kinesis, with movements of your soul, and there's electricity generated through your soul. You know, holy electricity, holy power can be expressed in physicality, and you can actually use physicality to evict the dark beings that are trying to that are trying to do stuff to you. So you can use the sign of the cross. You can actually exercise. You can actually use exercises. Actually, you can use water or oil, but sometimes when I say the Jesus prayer in my head, I'll start going like this. Because it's like there's something in the astral realm you can't see, and I'm trying to. I don't know what this does exactly. I don't know what exactly it does. It's something weird, something funky, but I can like do it, and then I can say the Jesus prayer, the name of the Lord, and Jesus will come to awaken to help you to fight the battles. Because these demons have this knowledge of good and evil, and they've been poisoned by the fall. These entities, these extraterrestrials, and they believe in this right left, these paradigms of these weird paradigms, these wicked paradigms, and they will live inside of your body. They will be like, oh, what it is they gain knowledge. They actually are like symbiotic with you, and through your own fallen brain fallenness. It's inhaled a bug. That's bad. But that's yeah. So it's like if you realize that you're probably in a pod right now, and you gotta escape. You gotta fish your way out of your. Gotta You're not. This reality that we're living in is not. It's like I don't know. There's like yeah. I know what this COVID thing is. This COVID is actually I don't know I don't know what it is, but I think it's very dangerous. Speaking a lot of weirdness, saying things. About if you feel like a parasitic amoeba, um, yeah. I'm gonna exit out here. So yeah, they hate the earth and they hate humans and Christians. They hate Christianity. And they're full of hatred, and this is what they want to survive above all. And they don't want these things actually create such an arrogant state of mind for a human or a Christian or anybody. They make you believe that it's like they think it's like when they get inside of you, they're like so not humble. They're like the opposite of humble. There's a presence of some snake serpent that wants to live inside of you. And you can kill these things off. They actually breathe through they actually use the airwaves that they actually try to. This sounds crazy or whatever, but I could actually like be like Kirby. You could inhale the essence. Like you could inhale, and then you can choke them down, and you hold your breath. What I do is I hold my breath, and then these beings are starved of their nutrition, of their fuel. And then what happens is they're transformed or they're starved off. Which is what you need to do is you need to realize that eating is not just food, it's breathing. Breathing is like eating. BREATHING. It's BR eating. So you think about it this way: you have an exhale and an inhale. You can have exhale. this is a universe thing. This has to do with the universe and the laws of the universe. With the universe, there are these beings that will have an exhale and an inhale. They have it the same thing we do. You can actually vanquish these things by holding your breath and starving them, making sure they can't get out. And once they get out of you, they're really fast and they'll try to get back inside of you. You have to block them from that. If they're trying to get back in you, you can make sure they don't stay in you. You can somehow you can but this is a torturous, this is a struggling thing. This is not this is very hard to do. It's very painful and sounds like yeah, I mean, God flooded the earth, and I feel like these beings are just they need to be starved off, and they need to go. They need to, realize that there there are symbiotic, parasitoid monsters existence existence that sees us as nutrients for them or something, and they want to harvest and harness. They want to harness you, harvest. We use the Holy Trinity. We believe in the Holy Trinity, and we vanquish the hell that um, wants to penetrate our soul and our sub. So yeah, I mean, I guess you say they're drug spirit. They're either like food addiction, they're food spirits, or they're alcohol, or they're after your finances, or they're something, and they want something blood bound. They're blood sucking parasites that love the dust of the ground, that God created dust and he breathed his life into the dust. And that's how he created a living soul. That's how God created a living soul. But that's so you the idea of there is divine breath that you can actually feel the divine breathing of your breath going out. That's why sometimes the priest will blow on the catechute on the Christian on the new somebody. He'll blow on people. He'll blow on people. You can actually breathe the spirit into existence, into the world. You can actually breathe it. You can actually I don't know. You do a lot of things. You don't understand though. You don't understand how this world, how the darkness is so corrupted, so darkness and so just doesn't make any sense. Why would there be such negativity in this world, and why are people so negative? Because we've been infected, and something that's infected you that you literally have to make a serious choice. Either you're going to be infected or you're going to be sick. You're going to be infected and be used, be parasited off of by some kind of alien being, alien existence, or you're going to destroy that existence with suffering There's not really many choices. There's not really many choices. There's not. Either you suffer, uh, you know, like outside the like with, out, you suffer or you can destroy the snake though. You could use you could actually attract energy, divine energy that paralyzes the devils. You could paralyze them. And they want to live inside of their emotions, some people. So they want you. Like, as an example, think about getting tased or something. That's how the devil can react in that way. Evil can react in different ways. I think if God lays his hand on somebody, there will be a reaction. You will. I'm probably gonna get off of here. I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about the dominion of how. Why is it we so? Why is it that people are so negative, and why am I so negative, and why? Because there's a conspiracy of hell that wants to engulf this world and the people in church and people, and it hates and you can actually they actually will try to tell you that there's no hope in this world, and you're basically ruined. Your life is ruined and everything, and now and that's what they do to people. They ruin people. That's what they're skilled at. That's what their skill involves, is ruining people. Like a lot of people who go to college or whatever. A lot of people who they're basically involved in this. It's something that they're involved in, and it's really atrocious. It's abomination. Um, it's like people getting together so they can like throw somebody into a pit or something. Like this is the mindscape of the mindset of some things. It's a horrible thing. But I know that these demonoids they love your fat, they love water, they love to live in your fat tissues, they love fat cells and water. They'll even live in your nasal cavity. They'll try to crawl in your throat. They'll crawl in your throat and use your thyroid gland. This is the most. This is the area that they're trying to target. In a lot of us, they use this thyroid gland, and when they do that, this is where they think they're gonna have all control with this. This is where the demon. This is where a separate entity can actually try to hide in and nestle and hide, and then have so-called dominance with it. It's really an atrocity. It's like, think about like a separate being. You're like a human soul, and then you can think about like this is like another entity that can like do stuff, and like, you know, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, like I was saying though, you capture these demons by holding your breath, and you hold your breath to where it feels like you're in pain, and it's actually the demon that's actually starving and in pain. And eventually, what will happen is your body will shake. Your body will start to shake, your arm or your leg, you'll start to feel, and then the heaviness will either go away or you'll breathe it out. You'll breathe out. You'll I don't know what'll happen, but there's just certain ways of using using the force, using um your own body to evict Satan and feed him. So you end up choking him, starving him of his nourishment, and then he it's just very painful. It can be very painful. Sometimes you could feel like you're sacrificing yourself. You feel like you're sacrificing yourself. You had to have that mindset. You have to sometimes feel like, yeah, sometimes, this is the world we live in is terrible, and it's not, you're not all fairies, and you gotta make a decision. You gotta make a decision. Either, you don't let this thing take over. Don't let sin defeat you. Defeat sin with suffering, pain, and you will see miracles in your life. You will see a change in your own self, because Satan is such a dissolver of your soul. He wants to dissolve you. You can stop him.